Welcome to Effort to Ease Empowered Mindset series. Today I'm going to guide you through a gate pose sequence. Gate pose is a pose where we're on our knees, high up on the knees, so the seat is lifted up off the heels, hips positioned just above the knees, and the shins, calves are behind us, of course, here. You can keep the toes curled under for a little stretch through the bottoms of the feet, or you can lay the tops of the feet flat on the ground. So here in our gate pose, we're going to place the hands on the hips for stability, or you can bring hands to prayer. We're going to extend the right foot out to the right, point the toes forward. So here you can see I shifted a little bit to get that leg out, but then we're going to keep, again, that alignment of left hip over left knee. We're going to anchor down through the right heel and the ball of the foot, pinky edge of the foot if that feels okay for you. And if you do need a little bit of a bend to the knee, feel free. Dropping the right hand to the right thigh, we're going to get into a side stretch here. And reach the right arm forward and up, breath in. Reach slightly up and back as that feels okay for the back, lifting the gaze up. Take another breath in, and then reach up and over to the right. Coming back to center, inhale. Reach up and over to the right, exhale. Center, breath in. And again, up and over to the right, this time staying for a couple of breaths. Thinking about being your own gatekeeper. This means setting boundaries for yourself and also for the people in your life. We're going to reach that right hand or left hand back up and then release it out and down. So the left arm was reaching. We're going to bring the right knee back in and switch. Again, hands to hips or hands to prayer, and then extending the left foot out to the left. Again, aligning right hip above knee, left toes facing forward, anchor the foot. Keeping the toes light. Left hand to thigh, and here, right hand high. Breath in, reach up slightly back for a little extension through the spine as that feels okay for you. Breath in, and on your exhale, up and over to the left. Coming back to center, inhale, up and over to the left, exhale, feel that stretch. Center, and then up and over to the left, this time staying for a couple breaths. So setting those boundaries helps to keep us in our integrity, both for ourselves. So whatever boundaries you need to set for yourself, reaching that right hand high, inhale, release it out and down. That's just self-discipline. So making sure that you're bringing that left knee back in, making sure that you're doing the things that you need to do for your body, prioritizing your mental, physical, and emotional health. That's boundary setting, and then setting boundaries for those around you. So as people filter in and out of your life, as you meet people, as you connect with familiar people, what are those boundaries that you can set? How are you feeling in your body as you're meeting people or connecting with familiar people? Noticing those things. And we'll get more into that as we move forward into the self-inquiry part of our Empowered Mindset series here. Thank you for practicing with me, and you can move through that gate pose sequence a few more times as you would like. You can bring some twists into it, just sitting on the knees, placing the palms together. Again, keeping the spine healthy by moving it in different ways, twisting to the right, coming back to center as you inhale, twisting to the left, exhaling, and coming back to center as you inhale. And then again, you can move through that gate sequence to stretch out that twist. So I will see you in a moment for our self-inquiry practice on gatekeeping and boundaries. Welcome to the self-inquiry portion of our Empowered Mindset series, talking about gatekeeping, also boundaries. So gatekeeping, boundaries, setting up yourself to feel empowered to say no when you really don't feel comfortable doing something, or to say yes to things that do feel good to you in your body, in your emotional space. So Brené Brown actually talks about compassion and boundaries and the importance of boundaries to maintaining our compassion. The reason that we're able to maintain compassion for other people when we set boundaries with other people, in her talk on this, she explains, is that when we don't set those boundaries and we just kind of allow people to maybe walk all over us, maybe we say yes to too many things, then we start to feel that resentment, or at the very least we feel that tension around those people or those spaces that we didn't set those boundaries with. And so that tension can build resentment, and that resentment is of course in antithesis to compassion. We can hold so much greater compassion for people when we know who we are, first of all, and what we can do for other people, or whether or not we can do anything for other people. And so that's where our boundaries come in, is we can say, no, I don't have the capacity for that right now. I still hold compassion for you. I still love or like you. I still see you as a important and valuable human being, but I don't have the capacity to help you in this way at this time. And so to be able to do that helps to keep us in our integrity, so that we're not creating this unnecessary tension and possible resentment within us, and maintaining that compassion for the other person. So whatever their reaction is to our boundaries is outside of our control, of course, but we can still maintain our compassion instead of resentment, because we're able to say no, and of course we're able to say yes when that makes sense for us to do so. So keeping a standard for ourselves helps us to stay aligned with our values. We've talked about that a little bit. So knowing what our values are, knowing who we are, what we have the capacity for, that can all develop into allowing us to set good boundaries with ourselves and with others. So with that, the question that I have for you is, as you move through your day, through your life, through holidays, how do I feel in our body, emotionally? How do I feel around this person or around these people? This can also, as we practice this can also help develop our intuition, because then we can start to look at how we feel around different people, maybe people who are new to us and those people that are familiar to us. Like, what is going on in my body when I am around this person? Is there tension? Do I feel relaxed? What's going on in my emotional space when I'm around this person? Again, is there tension? Is there peace? Is there peace of mind, or is something else coming up here for me? So first, a little bit of homework perhaps. As you move into spaces, as you connect with people, asking yourself that question, how am I feeling around this person? Mentally asking yourself that question. That can help you start to establish those boundaries, perhaps limiting time with certain people, and perhaps allowing yourself to then increase time with people that do give you that sense of peace, that sense of ease, that sense of joy, that exuberance of life. And then asking yourself the question, how am I making others feel? And that's a little bit more difficult question sometimes, because it means that we have to get honest with ourselves about how we're showing up in spaces, how we're showing up for other people. So asking ourselves, how do I feel around this person or these people in this space? And how am I making others feel in spaces? So that we can start to navigate again our own intuition and start to navigate how we can show up in a way that also brings ease and peace and joy to the lives of those around us. And all of this is a work in progress, where human beings will make mistakes, and that is okay. But doing this practice of asking these questions can help get us closer to that place that we might want to actually be, to be able to show up well and to be able to set those boundaries that we need to set to stay in our integrity and to keep our compassion. So, as always, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Peace.